Hey there, welcome to my curls. Have you ever considered how much going gray will save you? And I mean both time and money. How much time and how much money will you save by going gray? I honestly had never really considered it until I did a video about 6 months ago, and I touched on it just a little bit. And the video was called The Pros of Going Gray, and I'm going to link that video right up here. But I want you to pause my video, go get a pen and paper, and come back, and we're going to sit down and we're going to do the math together, because I want you to see in black and white how much you're going to save by going gray. So let's get started. When I was coloring my hair, I never even considered how much it was costing me financially. And honestly, it didn't matter. I wanted to color my hair. I was going to color my hair. I was going to pay whatever I had to get my hair colored. So it just was what it was. But now that I've made the decision to go gray and I actually look back at how much time and money I spent coloring my hair, it is truly shocking. And when I look back on those numbers now, the time that I'm saving to me is actually more valuable than the money. But everybody has different priorities, but for me it's the time. But I want to sit down with you and actually do the math, because I want you to see in black and white how much money you're spending coloring your hair and how much time you're spending coloring your hair. And then we're going to compare it to what the difference would be if you decided to go gray. See the numbers for yourself. So if you're a lady that is trying to make the decision whether to stop coloring her hair or not, I really think that this will help you when you can see it on paper in front of you. So here we go. You should have a piece of paper and you should have your pencil. So let's go. Let's do some math. So let me preface my math equation by saying I live in a really small town in Western Kentucky, and I'm fully aware and appreciate the fact that services probably don't cost as much here as they do for many of you who live in larger towns or big cities. So you might be shocked at the numbers that I'm going to tell you I pay for services here, but when we're doing the math for you, you need to dump in your true numbers. And don't cheat the numbers. If you tip your stylist, make sure that you include the tip in your numbers, because in the end, you want to see exactly what you're spending. And another thing, I don't ever stay and have my hair styled. I always, even when I was coloring my hair, left the salon with my hair wet. I would get it colored, I would get it cut, and I left with a wet head of hair. Because coloring my hair was such a disruption to my life and to my day, I could never go somewhere after I got my hair colored. I had to come home, I had to take a shower, I had to put on makeup, I had to fix my hair. So there was no point in me having Betsy, my stylist, fix my hair while I was there, because I was never going to go out into an event or do something or go back to work. I always scheduled my day so that I got this done first or got this done last, so that I could come home and take care of myself. I had to scrub that color off of my scalp. And so it was just something that I felt like I needed to come home and do to make me feel better. So I always left with a wet hair. So if you're paying to have your hair styled after it's color and cut, you have to take that into consideration. Okay, so here we go. Math. So for my equation, I was getting my hair colored every 4 weeks. And that was true for about the past 5 years that I colored my hair. So for my equation, I'm going to use the number 4. You need to dump in the number based on how often you go get your hair colored. So 52 weeks in a year divided by that number, for me it's 4, tells you how many times a year you get your hair colored. For me, 52 divided by 4 is 13. 13 times a year I was going to get my hair colored and trimmed. And again, I live in a small town, so I was paying $75 to get my hair colored and trimmed, but not styled, every 4 weeks. So $75 times 13 times a year was $975. I was spending $975 a year to do something that I absolutely hated. And you need to take into consideration that if you are highlighting your hair, if you are tipping your stylist, if you live in a big city, I know some of you have like a separate stylist that does the shampooing and you have to pay or tip for that, you need to factor all that into your math equation. And now that I have stopped coloring my hair and have gone gray, the math is a little bit different. So I only go get a haircut every 6 weeks. So 52 weeks in a year divided by 6 is 8.5. But for simplicity, we're going to round it up to 9, and we're going to say that I go get my haircut 9 times a year. And because it is just a trim, it costs me $35. So $35 times 9 is $315. I am spending $315 a year to have my hair trimmed. So my financial savings over 1 year's time, coloring my hair versus not coloring my hair, let's do the math. $975 minus $316 is $660. I am saving $660 a year by going gray. That, to me, y'all, is a significant savings. I am self-employed and every dollar counts. I try to save my dollars, and if I know that at the end of the year I have $660 extra dollars in my bank account, that makes me happy. But let's look at this a little more long term. If you take your savings and you roll them out, for me, $660 a year, and over 10 years, it is $6,600. I am saving $6,600 by going gray. How much are you saving? Comment below. Let me know. I would love to hear from you what your number is. If you live in a big city, if you live in a small town, if you're going more often, if you're getting highlights, let me know how much money you are saving by going gray. I think this is a super interesting conversation. I want to know everybody's numbers. Comment below. Now, let's get to part 2 of this math equation. And for me, honestly, time is more valuable than money. We're going to calculate how much time you are saving by not spending all of those hours in the salon chair. And I am not even in this equation going to factor in the time it would take me to drive to the salon, to drive home from the salon, waiting for my stylist if she was running behind. I am not factoring in the fact that it ruined my entire day. I had to plan everything in my day around my appointment so that I could come home after getting my hair colored and take a shower and get redressed. I am not even addressing any of those issues. I'm simply doing the calculation based on the time that my booty was in that salon chair. So, using the same number of visits that I did in the previous equation, here we go. When I was getting my hair colored, I was there 13 times a year. And on average, I spent 2 hours every time I went to get my hair colored and cut. That is pretty simple math. 13 times 2 is 26. I was sitting in the salon chair 26 hours a year. That is more than 1 full day that I sat in that salon chair to color my hair. Now that I've gone gray, I go, I get my hair trimmed, and I leave. I'm there 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to use 20 minutes for this example. Now that I've gone gray, I only go to the stylist 9 times a year. So 9 times 20 minutes is 3 hours. All I'm spending in the salon chair over the course of 1 year is 3 hours. Y'all, just think how much time you are wasting sitting in that salon chair. How much of your precious days have gone by because you're choosing to sit in that salon chair? Just think that through. But let's just make this even worse. Let's run it out over the course of 10 years, just like we did on the financial equation. And over the course of 10 years, I am gaining 10 days. That is a week and a half Think about that. Over the course of 10 years, by going gray, you are saving yourself 10 days that you could be spending with your family, on vacation, out with your girlfriends, reading a great book. Think of all of the wonderful things that you could be doing with those 10 days instead of sitting in the chair at your stylist salon doing something to your head that you hate and that you second guess. I don't know how these numbers make you feel now that you see your information in black and white clearly in front of you. But when I did the math using my numbers, I was shocked. And I was sad to think, honestly, that I spent that much money, but really that much time doing something that I absolutely hated. And I'm so glad that I've made the decision to go gray. I mean, look at all this. I was just at the salon yesterday getting a trim, 20 minutes in and out of the car, and I have all of this beautiful gray to show for it. And it's the best decision that I have ever made. And I am so glad that I have made the decision to not do it anymore. I don't want any of that in my life. And it is just a bonus that I have all of that money in my back pocket to show for it. If you're someone who is trying to decide whether to ditch the dye and to go gray, do the math for yourself. Put the numbers in front of you on a piece of paper in black and white, and that may be the tipping point for you. That may honestly help you decide what to do. So that's what I have for you all today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, and I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Welcome to my curls. So until next time, I'll see you later.